Please welcome your host of Bombing Run, General A.A. Ron.
Thank you. I'm General A.A. Ron, and it's time for everyone's favorite comedy game show, Bombing Run.
Woo!
Yeah. The rules for Bombing Run are simple. Each comedian combatant gets to do their 5-minute set, while the mysterious comedian judge will be looking for their setup punch and appearance in front of a live studio audience. Warning combatants, if you say the F or C word, afraid the F-bomb will come bomb your set, and you can't beat Joker or Ace. Okay? 2 new rules to Bombing Run. If you leave more than 25 seconds on the clock, it's considered a dud, and you can't beat Joker or Ace. But if you go over your time, it's considered a time bomb, and you can't beat Joker or Ace. So let's meet our mysterious comedian judge tonight. Let's give it a big round of applause to Judgmental, everybody! Judgmental! I was driving by the psych ward and they were looking for a ride. No, actually they're a comedian. They've had many years of experience being a comedian and they know what they're looking for, okay? So that's who they are. So Judgmental, thank you for being here tonight. Really appreciate it. So now let's meet our comedian combatants for game number 1, shall we? Contestant number 1.
Aaron Bullitt from Louisville, Kentucky.
Contestant number 2.
Hey, I'm Doyle from Brooklyn, New York.
Now contestant number 3.
Hi, I'm Jordan Alexis, and I'm from Berkeley, California.
Now these 3 comedian combatants will be doing combat on the game show known as Bombing Run. So comedian combatants, to your battle stations. Comedian combatants, to your battle stations. As we go to our first comedian combatant tonight, let's give it up for Aaron Bullitt, everybody! Yeah!
I'm so excited to be here. Nice to see everybody. You know, I love commercials, because I think they answer big questions, especially as a kid, right? Like my favorite commercial growing up was the Tootsie Pop commercial. Somebody remember that commercial, where the white kid walks around and asks an owl, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Now, as a black child, I'm thinking, man, if I see a talking owl in the middle of the woods, I'm going to ask way better questions, right? Like, excuse me, Mr. Owl, where's my dad? He was supposed to come home with mommy's cigarettes 2 weeks ago. I got a pack. How many does he need? The owl's just like, let's find out. 1, 2, 3. How many packs of cigarettes will dad get before he comes home? The world may never know. Good. None of us come from 2-parent households. That's amazing. I like that. I tend to find streaming, because you get to watch so many different TV and experiences. My favorite is documentaries. I love a good documentary, because I think documentaries teach you the idea of stuff versus the reality. It's like the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary. Like the idea of him was, oh my God, he was a loner. No one understood him. He needed help. But in reality, man, this dude was making nigga burgers with a side of slaw. And I didn't think that was too interesting. He really needed some help. That's what he needed. Especially one thing about media teaches you, especially growing up in the early 2000s, is that things change over time, and that's okay. Like Joe Rogan, growing up, he was the Fear Factor guy. Tried weird shit, ate different things, right? And now he has a podcast, which I never understood why people liked his podcast, but I think I finally figured it out, right? All the things that you think about when you're really high, Joe Rogan just gets professionals just to confirm if it's real or not. It's all this podcast is for. So you're like, oh, are aliens real? Let's just get this scientist to explain. Is there a secret base in Antarctica? Well, let's talk to this ex-Navy SEAL and figure it out. Is God real? Let's take this 200 milligram edible and let's find out. Good. Everyone here loves marijuana. I like this crowd. We're learning. I feel confident. And even with toys, because I was a huge toy kid. I love toys. I love playing with toys. And I think that one of the things that I loved was that my parents allowed me to really just try different things that even Barbies, for example. Growing up, they tell you that Barbies are for girls and boys. They can't play with them. But in reality, right, Barbies teach you that like there are no such thing as gender norms, right? Because Barbie had like all the jobs. I mean, she was a doctor, she was a lawyer, she was a pilot, and like I always wondered what Ken did. And it took me as an adult to watch the Barbie movie to realize all Ken does is go to the beach all day. That's it. Like if Barbie's pulling 40 plus hours a week, Ken can at least pay the light bills. That's all I'm saying. Like I feel like Hasbro really messed up on a good opportunity by like they should have like focused on Ken dolls to make boys really understand that's okay. Like they should have had a take the trash out Ken, cook dinner Ken, turn off the game and ask Barbie how her day was. All I'm saying is he should have rubbed his feet or something. Like Ken needed to help out in that household just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
and like music, I've always loved music. Music has been like a big thing in my life. Even as a comedian, I enjoy music. Like my favorite artist is Michael Jackson. Now, whether you believe that the allegations against him are true, that's up to you. But I think it was just like, let's say he's a freak. He's not a freak. That man was misunderstood. Like, is it just me or Michael Jackson's dance moves look like he's avoiding an ass whooping? Like, am I the only one that thinks these things? Because like I watched the American Dream documentary movie with Jackson 5, and you and I both know Joe Jackson was the type of dad that communicated. He probably just came home and started whooping kids like, who didn't take out the trash? Then Michael's just like, sorry, Dad, I should have took out the trash. That's all I'm saying is when you see that grotesque face, you really just need to know that man need to be misunderstood. But my name is Aaron Bullitt. That should be my time. Thank you for having me on the show. Who's the next contestant? Y'all have a good night.
All right, let's get it up for Aaron Bullitt, everybody. Yeah. And now, Aaron, where can we find you on social media?
On my social medias, it's middle _ media 93. On YouTube, it's Aaron Bullitt. But again, thank you so much. I've met most of the comedians on here. It's a great show. Everybody's funny. Aaron, as a fellow Aaron, thank you for having me on. The only difference between me and you, Aaron, is that you, Aaron, you're fine with me. I'll probably get arrested, but it's cool. Thanks for being on.
All right. Wow. Yeah, we have two Aarons on the show, but I am General Aaron. I am the original bomber of bombing runs, so that's the difference there. There you go. All right, judgmental. Yeah, that was funny. It's always fun to have the judge in the audience. They're on a separate computer, but they're sitting in the studio. Oddly Funny Productions. So you ready for the next? I said I'd buy you a milkshake after the show. And I will undo the your straight jacket too, so you can actually drink it. All right, are you ready? All right, let's go to our next comedian combatant for game number 1. Let's give it up for Doyle, everybody. Yeah. Woo!
Hey, thank you very much, everybody. Great to be here. Okay, let me just get this out of the way. I'm a bit of a space cadet. Like, I'm always losing my stuff. The other day I said to my wife, I can't find my phone. Have you seen it anywhere? She's like, no, but how about if I just call your phone and you can see if you find it when it rings? But first, you got to hang up. I do some dumb shit sometimes, but I actually think I'm doing better than my friend Kyle. He texted me a few months ago. He's like, oh, I'm so depressed. Sometimes I feel like killing myself, but I'd rather have someone murder me instead.
Whoa.
I'm like, wow, that's lazy. Just outsource your suicide. Last time I checked, suicide is definitely a DIY project. And you got to understand my friend Kyle. He's one of those guys who's always complaining about stuff. Oh, I never achieve anything. I'm like, dude, now's your chance to finally achieve something, Go out with a bang. Oh yeah, I know. I probably shouldn't be promoting suicide, and he probably shouldn't be taking advice from a 50-year-old with a messed up faux hawk who's like one pair of skinny jeans away from forming a midlife crisis boy band. I'm gonna call it Out of Sync. Anyway, I tried to lighten the mood a little bit. I was like, hey, man, if you're not the one actually trying to kill you, then you can't be the one to write your own suicide note. He's like, oh, fine. I'll just use Chat GPT. I'm like, wow, okay, that's lazy. Relying on AI, that's lazier than a sloth in the middle of an 18-hour nap. Jeez. I'm an only child, and I hate when I tell people I'm an only child and they talk to me in that pity voice. You know, they're like, "Oh, you're an only child. Oh no, you must have been so lonely growing up without any brothers or sisters." And I'm like, "Aw, you must have been so lonely growing up without any imaginary friends." It's actually true. No, this is a true story. When I was 5 years old, my first puppy love was my imaginary friend Amanda.
Oh.
Yeah, she broke up with me.
What?
I was like, why? She goes, "Oh, don't worry, Doyle. It's not you. It's me." I'm like, "Bitch, I created you. You can't break up with me. You are me. That's how this whole thing works." Then I found out she was cheating with another one of my imaginary friends.
Whoa.
I was like, you do realize you are literally nothing without me, right? I don't know whether it's imaginary or real friends. I'm the kind of guy who really needs connection with people, right? Like, I feel like it's too much social media, too much texting now. I get lonely because no one actually uses their phone to call me. That's why a couple of weeks ago, I was so excited. I actually got a real phone call. "Hello, Doyle. This is CVS Pharmacy. Please pick up your prescription." CVS cares, guys.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I just celebrated 9 years together. And thank you. Appreciate that. 6 years of marriage and 3 years of unplanned celibacy. So I'm just, I hope she's not watching right now. Oof. That'd be brutal. Anyway, I remember early on in our relationship, we had great sex. Like, I remember this one time I got laid off. Yeah, it wasn't so bad though. She actually said she loved the fact that I got laid off because I paid more attention to her. I'm like, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if our landlord also loves getting paid with more attention. Dear landlord, encloses this month's rent payment in the amount of all the attention you could ever possibly want. Thanks. My wife and I, we actually decided after a lot of thought that we're not going to have kids, and it's not because we don't like kids. We hate them. We were laying in bed the other day and she told me that she had a terrible dream. And I go, "What?" She goes, "Babe, I dreamt that you left me. Straight up left, didn't even leave a note." I go, "God, that is terrible. You know I would never do that. I'd definitely leave a note. I'd leave an entire book." All right, guys, that's my time. You can find me on Instagram at Doyle Comedy. Thank you.
All right, let's give Doyle a big round of applause. And you can find him on Instagram on Doyle Comedy. What an amazing set. That was awesome. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, that was awesome. I'm going to start a band because I'm in my mid 50s, and I'm going to call it Mental Anguish. That's what I'm going to call mine. Actually, I've been married to my wife for 9 years too. Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what the material is for 9 years, right, Doyle?
What is it?
It's leather.
Oh.
I got my wife a really sexy leather corset, and she got me the boot.
Oh boy. Oh.
That's what she got me. All right. So, judgmental. You're going crazy. I think you are, but are you ready for the next comedian combatant? All right, they are. So let's give it up for our third comedian combatant for game number 1. Let's give it up for Jordan Alexis, everybody. Yeah. Woo!
So, my parents are level 5 Berkeley lesbians. Growing up, our home had 2 rules: no leaving the compost out and no faking orgasms. Trust me, you did not want your case heard by the Climax Integrity Committee. It's especially embarrassing when you're celibate.
Oh.
Yeah. They'll sit you down earnestly and say, "Jordan, you really don't need to fake it for a shower head." Also, we need to talk about the water bill.
Oh.
When COVID started, my mom asked for a feminist icon name for her sourdough starter. And if that's not the most Berkeley lesbian text to ever be sent, I don't know what is. Now, we don't let just anyone meet Ruth Bread or Ginsbun. Or Maya Angelou,
Oh.
who, ironically, after baking, still did not rise.
Mm.
My mom also named one after her celebrity crush. She called it Scarlett Johansson, but we had to toss it after it gave her a yeast infection.
Oh.
Coming from gay moms, the talk about how babies are made and the sex talk were two completely different conversations, neither of which included men. They explained, when two women love each other very much, they go to a sperm bank and find the Ivy League semen. Then they pull out a coupon for 50% off all seeds. And the cashier says, "Ladies, this is only good at the Lowe's Garden Center." Then they bring the full price sperm to the hot gyno, who uses a large turkey baster to shoot that right up into mommy.
Oh.
You'd think for a $1,000 appointment, they'd spring for some foreplay, but you'd be wrong.
Yeah.
Then mommy carries you around in her tummy until finally she pees you out.
Oh.
So I thought that's how all babies were made. I
Whoa.
didn't learn till much later that straight families use a stork. The first time I met a friend's dad, I thought, what the hell is that? Where is your other mom? Later, I got the sex talk during family TV time when I started asking questions about the L word. They said, when two women hit it off at a feminist book club, they turn on Melissa Etheridge and kiss each other's bathing suit areas. But then they move in together and stop doing that.
Oh.
Yeah, my parents really hoped I'd be gay. When I was little, they made sure that all my dolls had same-sex partners.
Oh.
Even my stuffed toys were bears. They also threw me surprise coming out parties each year, just in case.
Mm.
So it was a big deal when I enrolled in a women's college.
Oh.
Now, when I tell people I went to a women's college, they think that all we do is paper mache our tits, which is so not true. We only did that during orientation. My roommate used hers as bowls for snacks.
Mm.
I tried, but mine wasn't so much 2 bowls as it was 1 plate. In the freshman year wet t-shirt contest, I ranked participant. I lost to a guy with a thyroid problem running by.
Oh.
Thanks, everyone. I'm Jordan Alexis.
All right, let's give it up for Jordan Alexis, everybody. Yeah. And Jordan, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Jordan Alexis Comedy.
All right, thank you so much for that. Oh, that was awesome. And let's give all our 3 comedian combatants a big round of applause. That was awesome. First game out, it was this nonstop laughter. All right, now we gotta go to our judge right now. Judge Mental, who is Joker Ace for game number 1? Is it Aaron Bullitt, Doyle, or Jordan Alexis? No, you can't win. Okay, that's who's the winner tonight. All right. So, Joker Race for game number 1 is Doyle, everybody! Yeah! Doyle, stick around. You'll be on Dogfight Edition after game number 2, and we'll be back to you guys right after this. In 1943, the Allies were losing the war. General Douglas A. MacArthur ordered the creation of Joke Force, a small group of stand-up comedians who would parachute behind enemy lines to kill the advancing army with jokes. Their missions were known as bombing. Some comedians killed, while others died on the battlefield stage. The Joke Force was disbanded right after the Laughingstock Peace Treaty was signed. Today, their mission lives on as the game show Bombing Run, hosted by General A.A. Rock.
Bombing Run!
Stay tuned. Game number 2 is coming right up of Bombing Run, right here on DBTV. All right, we're ready for game number 2 of Bombing Run. Yeah! And now let's meet our comedian combatants for game number 2, shall we? Contestant number 1.
Hi, my name is Sergio Novoa, and I live in Los Angeles, California.
Awesome. Now contestant number 2.
I'm Sera Sometimes, and I'm a transplant representing the Dirty Tea of Tucson, Arizona.
All right, and now contestant number 3.
What up? It's Kervin Puckett. I'm repping North New Jersey by way of Seattle, Washington, of course.
All right, these 3 comedian combatants will be doing combat on the game show known as Bombing Run. So, comedian combatants, to your battle stations. Comedian combatants, to your battle stations. As we go to our first comedian combatant for game number 2, let's give it up for Sergio, everybody! Yeah!
Hi, everyone. My name is Sergio. I am really excited to be here tonight, that I actually got my hair done. This style is the Mr. Clean Chic, but if you're Latino, you can call me Don Limpio or Fabuloso. But you know what's scary about doing stand-up? The risk of seeing one of your exes in the audience. I don't mind running into my exes with my car, which is why I was fired by Lyft.
Oh!
But strangely hired by Uber. Now, if tonight is anything like the night I lost my virginity, this might be a bit awkward and uncomfortable, but I will try my best not to finish early. And I promise to keep my eyes open this time. I know you're looking at me and wondering, is he not? You're not quite sure what side of the fence I'm on. Your suspicions are correct. I'm an immigrant. I'm here to take all the jobs. En este país hay un montón de hijos de puta zaraganes que no quieren trabajar. In English, that means I'm really happy to be here. In case you're wondering, I am not part of MS-13. I am not. By the way, did you know that cholos have a lot in common with gay men?
Oh.
Yes, they have both mastered the art of cruising. They love to color coordinate their outfits, and they are always ready for a gangbang.
Oh.
I almost joined a gang in high school for those reasons. Turns out my version of a gangbang is different than their version of a gangbang. Not the same bang. I was born in Central America, not Ohio. I was born in Costa Rica. Yeah. Or Nicaragua. It really depends on who you ask. My mom says I was born in Costa Rica. My birth certificate says I was born in Nicaragua. It is clear my mom was not there when I was born.
Oh.
I can understand the wrong date, but the wrong country. I immediately go to Dora the Explorer. Maybe she knows where I'm from. My parents were party animals, and I was square as a child, which led to me being bullied constantly, mainly by my parents. Everyone loved to party with my parents, but they never stuck around for the hangover. Waking up to parents who are hungover is like waking up Christmas morning and finding out you're Jewish.
Oh.
No good for you. Also, when I was a child, I would watch my parents take vitamins daily. Now that I'm an adult, I realize, white powder up your nose is not really a vitamin. It's more of a pick-me-up. That being said, my parents gave great advice. When I hit puberty, my father said, Sergio, never have a child with someone you do not love. And he was a living example. I have 11 siblings.
Whoa.
When I hit 21, my mother said, Sergio, if you ever drink so much that you're unable to drive home, please promise me before you get in the car, just do a bump of Coke.
No.
And that's how I got here today.
Oh my.
Hey, I don't want to give you guys the wrong impression. My parents were great. They were great at withholding affection, which resulted in me seeking affection from strangers, also known as doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
No pressure, just laugh at everything I say to fill that void in my heart. My mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and it's really tough now because now I'm the only one who remembers what a bad mom she was. One of the side effects of Alzheimer's, it makes people distance themselves from the ones they love, which has improved my relationship with my mom significantly. I wrote another Alzheimer's joke, but I can't remember it.
Oh.
Now, I immigrated to this country because I was chasing the American dream, and I worked hard, I learned the language, and adapted to the culture. Now I have a mortgage, credit card debt, and I'm in constant stress. I am officially an American. All right, you guys. My name is Sergio. Thank you.
All right, let's give Sergio a big round of applause, everybody. Yeah. And Sergio, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram, or all my handles are Sergio the Comic.
Sorry, all right, go find him on that. That was awesome. And we won't report you to immigration. I'm sorry. I mean, no, I'm sorry. I know you're a full-blooded American now. Could you take on some of my credit card debt? I would really appreciate that. That would be great. Oh, all right. Okay, Judgmental. You got some cards to give to him too. I don't think he's taking any more debt on. That's it. He's done. He's got his own. Yeah. Are you ready for the next comedian combatant?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So let's go our second comedian combatant of game number 2. Let's go to Sera Sometimes, everybody. Yeah. Woo!
Hi there. So I'm Sera Sometimes. Here repping the Dirty T, Tucson, Arizona. I'm trying to get with a real Tucson, please stand up. But apparently that's not the right rap reference with Gen Z. I'm an elder millennial, so I'm in the group of there were only 101 Dalmatians, and Dalmatians still rode on fire trucks. But I often get asked, if you go by Sometimes, then what are you the rest of the time? And I have to explain that I'm also a freelance model and a character actress. I do sketch comedy, and I end up looking so wildly different in all of these pictures of myself that Siri has actually decided I am entirely different people in the Photos app. Like, did Siri just diagnose me with a personality disorder faster than my therapist could? Well, because think about it, guys. Siri would make the perfect therapist. She knows basically everything about you, including that internet search history you pray never makes the day of light of day. You know, like during a political campaign. So with Siri therapist, you go to call your mom you go to call your ex at 3 a.m. And she needs to make sure you're doing okay. So she checks your call log and your text history to see if you've talked to your mom recently. And you have. But then the breathalyzer pops out. You do not pass. And she changes your outgoing contact to Republican Party donations. So no one will answer. The thing is, though, guys, Siri was right. I do have multiple personalities because I have multiple cats at home. And in real life, no one really knows what to say, what it is that I look like. I hear a lot of generic Tina Fey and Dollar Tree Lady Gaga because of the nose, I guess. I've also been told I have a Mona Lisa smile. Like, I know that it's meant to be a compliment, but you keep using that meme. I don't think it memes what you think it memes. That's the best I can come up with. Because, guys, I've seen the Mona Lisa live in person, and it was so disappointing. So I think what they're saying about me is that thousands of people come to see me a year only to be disappointed. It's like she goes by sometimes because sometimes she's funny and sometimes I actually hear something similar from other comedians that are trying to woo me at shows with their negging. They said, "Oh, Sera sometimes she's hot, sometimes she's not." Yeah, because negging doesn't work on me, guys. Oh man, you know what I heard one time? The best neg ever was, "Honey, you might be a Tucson 7, but you're an LA 4.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I'm a Walmart 10, bitch. At least at like 3 a.m. because I tell you, some of the South Tucson baddies working day shift are bringing full face on fleek. Okay. People also think I'm foreign for some reason. I get it a lot. Growing up in elementary school in the Bible Belt of Pennsatucky, I was asked, "Where are you from?" And I would say I was born in San Francisco. And they would say, "No, like, where are your parents from?" And then it dawned on me. Simultaneously, people also knew that I had extremely small feet. I wear child-sized shoes, by the way, guys. It's fun. There's Tigger, legitimately on the bottom of my shoes. But so somehow it was like, I would look foreign, I have small feet, and people put together, "Well, are you Lebanese?" And I would tell them yes, because they still bind feet in Lebanon. And they believed me. I met a guy in New York one time and I asked him, "Do you think I look Lebanese?" And he said, No, you look like white girl. Generic 90s white girl. So I guess that makes me not Lebanese, but lesbianese.
No.
Thanks, everybody. I'm Sera Sometimes. If you can't be good at it.
All right, let's give it up for Sera Sometimes, everybody. Yeah. And Sera, where can we find you on social media?
Well, my legal name is Sera, Sara, Mirasola. So you can find that on Facebook and also on Instagram. However, the handle is Sera with an E, Sera Sometimes.
All right, go check her out on those social media links. That was awesome. That was great. Oh my gosh. All right, judgmental. Yeah, okay, the dirty tea. You thought it was going to be something else. No. You heard what it was, yes. All right. Yep, no, she's not the Mona Lisa. No. Are you ready for the next comedian combatant?
Woo!
Oh, you are? Oh, thank goodness. So let's get up to the stage. A very funny comedian. The third comedian. I'm going to redo that because I screwed that up. All right, let's get up to our third comedian combatant for game number 2. Let's get it up for Kervin Puckett, everybody. Yeah.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is the I'm here to make you all feel uncomfortable about race. Here you go. I'm a big black guy. I am single. I have 0 kids. I have 3 of the tiniest dogs they make. So, I have obviously failed at being a stereotype. I failed at being a stereotype in many, many ways. Let me tell you a few of them. My last job look, I run my own business, so another fail. My last job was on Wall Street. Yeah. Real shit, real shit. And let me tell you, I learned a lot of lessons that I didn't want to learn. Being a black dude in this world is just like a double crazy experience. My first week on Wall Street, I was so proud of myself. I'm excited. I'm like, man, I made it. Who would have thought? Made it all the way from Seattle. Broke little dude. I was gonna say the N-word. Broke little dude. Made it all the way to Wall Street. Check me out. I made it up the mountaintop. MLK, check me out. It's for you, Malcolm X, even though I don't like you. I was happy. So I walk up to the door, 380 Madison. This is a big bank. I open the door, like, I'm here. And while I had the door open, every white person in the vicinity, it felt like, just started rushing through the door. Like I'm holding the door. What the hell is going on here? And I was about to be like, y'all are some racist, until I looked. And I saw all the doormen were dressed exactly like me. I'm talking hair, skin, teeth, everything. So I wanted to say they were racist, but it was accurate. It was accurate. I had to get through I had to actually get through the gate. So I walk up to the gate and give them my ID. I'm like, it's my first. I started working. I'm upstairs, and they're like, please. They didn't believe that I worked upstairs. They believed I worked there, and they brought out like the training manuals. They were like, "This is who you let through the door." And I'm like, I don't work. I'm not gonna be working on the floor. They're like, "Are you sure? Because you look like all the doormen." I'm like, yeah. Screw you guys. All right, so to solve that problem, I just started dressing real different. I started dressing like an Easter pimp just to go to work every day. I had to look real different. I had to look real damn different. And I learned some lessons when I actually made it up to the upstairs. Here's what corporate life is like for black folks. I know y'all hear all the stuff like DEI or whatever it's about. Oh, we embrace diversity. Let me translate that for you. It means hire one black person. Just one. That's what, look, if they walk in and like, oh, we hired a black guy. All the white people start hugging. They're like, we did it. We made change. If they walk in and there's 2 black people on the floor, they're like, what the hell is this? What's going on? Is this a Black Lives Matter meeting? What's going on? We got dark in here. Somebody turn on the lights. Saw this. What's going on in here? I call it the rule of 3, because if you got 3 black people or more, but there'll never be a more, 3 black people in a group standing on a corporate floor, oh man, it makes everybody nervous. The white spies over, like the intern, little white intern come over with a cup of coffee, like, what's going on, guys? What's up? What you guys talking about? And we have to play it off, be like, oh, black people stuff, basketball, Obama, we can get back to plotting on y'all. Look, it's weird. It's weird being a big black guy. It is weird. Let me tell you, because what my experiences is anywhere I go, people have a ready-made, like they form this entire persona for me that I'm totally unaware of. Like when I go to a club, when I'm at the comedy clubs or a dance club or any club, I'm a bouncer. Apparently, people start telling me like, "Oh, can I leave my jacket on this chair?" I'm like, I don't give a shit. Why are you asking? Can my friend come in here? I'm like, I guess. I mean, sure, why not? I don't even, because I'm not in on the story. It's their story. I'm about when I'm at the gym. Because I go to the gym every day. I'm always at the gym. People steady coming up to me asking me my rates. They're like, "What is it for an hour?" Like, what are you offering? Like, what are we gonna do? They're like, "Because you're a trainer." I'm like, "Oh, I'm not a trainer." And they treat me like I'm lying. All right. And then when I'm at the office, I got to go on sales calls when I'm at new offices. I am lost. Because they're like, there is no one like you here. That's my time. I love you guys. Thank you for having me on Bombing Run.
All right, let's give it up for Kervin Puckett, everybody. Yeah. Kervin, where can we find you on social media?
My @ is at KRVNPUCKETT, Kervin Puckett. And that's, I think, on most of them. I take out the vowels because people will call me Kevin, and I freaking don't like that.
Oh, I feel your pain. Oh, that was awesome. Thank you so much, Kervin. You go find him on that social medias, and don't ask him if you can let your friends in at the next club he's at, okay? That's not nice. All right? I mean, he doesn't run it. All right, judgmental. Have you picked the Joker Ace for game number 2? Is it Sergio, Sera Sometimes, or Kervin Puckett? Again, you can't pick yourself. I don't know what's wrong with you. Multiple personalities. No, I mean I need to know who's Joker Ace. All right. Sergio, everybody! All right, we're ready for Dogfight Edition. Yeah! And our two Joker Aces are going to face off doing 3-minute sets. And we're going to start off with our first Joker Ace of game number 1 tonight. Let's give it up for Doyle, everybody! Yeah!
All right. Thank you. Hey guys, I love living in New York City because I can walk anywhere, right? I used to live in LA and there'd be road rage all the time. Like I remember this one time in LA, I was driving on the 405 highway and this guy must have been going like 95 miles an hour, almost cuts me off the road. I'm so pissed. So I speed up to 100, almost cut him off the road. You know what this idiot does? He turns on a siren. Like, really? You couldn't just flip me off like any normal adult? What a child. Grow up. I'm on social. I like to follow the trends on social media. Like one thing I noticed is a lot of recovering alcoholics posting about how long they've been sober. I'm 56 months sober and I'm high on life. I'm like, awesome. Congrats. Let's drink to that. No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound like an insensitive asshole. I just am. But no, I am sympathetic to recovering alcoholics. I'm sick and tired of their constant need for attention and validation. You know what I do to get validated? I go to a parking garage and then get validated at Olive Garden. That's pretty easy. I was in Starbucks the other day talking to this guy and he was complaining. He's like, oh, I'm so addicted to Facebook. It's ruining my life. I don't know what to do. I was like, dude, take a deep breath. Relax. There are support groups for Facebook addicts on Facebook. Get out there. Do it. My wife and I, we get some interesting reactions sometimes. Like this one time I showed a picture to a new friend for the very first time. He looks at a picture of me and my wife. He goes, she's black? I go, no, that's an Instagram filter. They say you marry one of your parents, right? Like in our case, my wife and I each married our dads. That gives a whole new meaning to give it to me, daddy. Especially since I'm the one saying that. And because her dad's gay. So I can't stop thinking, would her dad really enjoy this? Probably. He likes me. My wife and I have a very simple house rule. If you didn't help cook, you got to wash the dishes. But sometimes, even when I make pancakes, I still wash the dishes because I am perfect. AKA Jesus Christ, Son of God. Thank you very much. I died on the cross so that all of humanity can use dishwashers without feeling guilty forever and ever. All right, that's my time. I'm Doyle.
All right, let's give it up for Doyle one more time. And Doyle, remind us where we can find you on social media.
At Doyle Comedy on Instagram and everywhere else.
All right, awesome. That was great. Oh my gosh. It's lovely to hear like a hymn. What was that hymn that you were doing right at the end?
Yeah, a little bit of a hymn, a little bit of a religious hymn. Yes.
Yes, that's always good. Yes. I'm not doing the dishes ever again. Okay, that's it. All right. Judgmental. Yeah, I am mental. What about it? Are you ready for the next Joker Ace? Okay, you are. Let's go to our second Joker Ace for the night. Let's go up to Sergio, everybody. Yeah. Woo!
Everyone, my name is Sergio. I am single right now, and I take long breaks between relationships, mainly because I have to wait for the rash to clear.
Oh.
It took me a bit longer this time because I don't have insurance, but my roommate has insurance, so I took his penicillin.
Oh.
I am rash free and ready to start dating again. Yes, I am back online. If online dating had a loyalty program, I would have premier status. I have been on since Craigslist.
Oh.
Also, there are so many options now. You've got Match, OkCupid, the sex offender registry. If you're gay, you have Grindr, Scruff, Christian Mingle. I was really excited about my first match, but I knew it wasn't going to work out because they wanted to go hiking.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not a lesbian. Also, I grew up in a third world country. What you consider hiking was my way to school. I was excited about my second match, but I also knew it wasn't going to work out. Has this happened to any of you? How many of you know someone who's really hot and you would totally hook up with them, but you know you can't because they're a relative?
Oh.
No pretty cousins? Okay, how about this? How many of you have gone out, gotten drunk, taken someone home, only to wake up and realize it's a relative?
Oh.
It's shocking. Especially for grandpa.
Whoa.
Okay, my defense, my grandpa's really hot.
Oh.
The last person I went out with wanted me to leave a mark every time we had sex. And being the good boyfriend that I am, I would get a Sharpie and write, Sergio was here. Yes, I am such a hopeless romantic, though, that I went out on a date with someone who had a psychiatric disorder. Yes, they wanted to go camping. Again, I grew up in a third world country. What you call camping was my living room. I have dated both men and women, and it's safe to say that women can have sex with whomever they want. We men have sex with whatever we can. You know, surprisingly enough, once I had sex with a man, I understood women so much more, and I became very popular with women. So because of this, I will help every straight man in this audience be more popular with women. Yes, I will have sex with each of you.
No.
Don't worry. Just because you enjoy sex with a man does not mean you're gay. Also, just because you have sex with a man does not mean you're going to enjoy it. Just ask most women.
Oh.
All right, you guys. My name is Sergio. Thank you.
All right, let's give Sergio a big round of applause, everybody. And Sergio, where can we find you on social media?
All my social media, it's Sergio the Comic, Instagram, TikTok, Pornhub, DoorDash. I'm on all of them.
DoorDash, that's great. Go find Sergio on DoorDash. I'm sure he'll deliver you some jokes while he's giving your cold food to you. That'll be awesome. All right. Judgmental, you have the hardest job on this game show. You have to decide who is Ace of Aces tonight. Is it Doyle or Sergio? Again, it can't be you. I'm sorry. You're just the judge tonight. Another night you can be on the game show, okay? I promise. All right, that's who's the Ace of Aces tonight? Okay. Ace of Aces on Bombing Run is Sergio, everybody! Yeah! All right, woo! Sergio, you won. And what you get to do now is what we call victory flyby. You get 90 seconds to do some more jokes. Thank the Academy, thank your family, and whatever you want to do, as long as it keeps to the same rules as we've been doing before. So here you go, starting now.
Hi, everyone. Sergio here. Some people don't like me because I'm gay. And I think that's really unfair because if you got to know me, you would find so many other reasons not to like me. Gay people are some of the bravest people you will ever encounter. And I know this because despite religious, societal, and political pressures, we still somehow manage to put together a yearly parade. I love Pride Month. It celebrates my existence. But when I get there, I'm met with protesters holding signs saying, "You're going to burn in hell." And I'm like, "Grandma, go home." Last time I give her a ride. When I was a teenager, I would try and lift weights so I could appear more masculine. And now that I'm older, I now lift weights so I can appear more gay.
Jeez.
I was raised Catholic, and I was forced to pray on my knees all the time. Now these same people are mad that I'm on my knees all the time. You can't please them. The religious and politicians are constantly condemning us. That is until I run into them at a airport bathroom, tapping their foot on the stall. Still using Morse code. I can't help who I love, but I am shamed when I act on that love. That's like shaming a bee for stinging you. You guys, if it has a prick, it's gonna poke. All right, my name is Sergio.
All right, let's give it up for Sergio one more time, guys. That was awesome. Oh my gosh. That's the ace of aces tonight. That was awesome, Sergio. You're great. Oh my gosh, that was a great show tonight, wasn't it? And I would like to thank all the comedians that were on tonight. It's Aaron Bullitt, Doyle, Jordan Alexis, Sergio, Sera Sometimes, and Kervin Puckett, everybody. Let's give it all up for them. They were amazing contestants tonight. And let's give it up one more time for our amazing, mysterious comedian judge tonight, Judgmental. Judgmental. No, don't break the computer. Don't break the computer. Judgmental. Thank you. Thank you. So, for me and all the comedians and the judge, this has been an oddly funny production. Thank you.
This has been an oddly funny production.